I'm Jessica Capshaw.
And I'm Camilla Luddington.
And welcome to another episode of
We Ride at Domino.
Jessica, you're looking so summery today.
Oh my gosh, it's because it's hotter than the face of the fucking sun out there. It is hot. It is the kind of New York hot where which just happened if you just saw me before I sat down. It's like, it's so hot that you have to kind of like, even if you wear deodorant, you have to get some paper towels every once in a while and just like put them under there, like clap your wings down, secure the paper towel, and just let it stay there for a minute.
Yeah, I just need people to know that when Jessica first came on the Lazumi, I was like, how does that dress work? And I didn't realize those were just two paper towels falling out of the armpits. I was like, are those straps? Like, what are those? Where can I buy that?
No. They're armpit accessories.
No.
I don't know what to tell you about that. Yeah. No, it's really hot. It's summer. Is it midsummer yet?
Listen, for me, and I've seen this online, I was very encouraged to see that people were like, July 5th, summer's done. I was like, great.
What?
I'm ready for Halloween. But it's Summerween.
Oh, I can't with Halloween. I'm not there. I can't. Just stop. No.
Jessica, do you know what I did like yesterday just to make myself feel like, your face?
Oh, gosh.
Just like, I didn't fucking decorate for Halloween.
I'm worried you're going to say you did.
I did go to Michael's literally just to walk around because our stuff is out. It's almost like, it's like taking a Xanax.
Like
for me.
foreplay
I don't
for you?
need a Xanax. I do need to walk around Michael's to see the Halloween decor.
I think it's like foreplay. I think you just get yourself a little excited.
Yeah, it is a little foreplay.
It's a little exciting. You just like let it's a couple of smooches. It's a little kissing. A little kissing.
A couple little neck kisses.
And then when you turn the corner and you go down aisle 6 and it has just like a couple of Halloween things, it's like some heavy petting.
Yeah. It's like for sure.
It goes, but you're not ready to go all the way.
I mean, to be honest, can I tell you?
No,
I am ready though, Jess.
I was going to say,
I'm ready to go all the way.
And I'm not ready for you to go all the way.
I know. I don't think a lot of people are, but I'm just telling you that I am someone who's like, let's go, clothes off.
I was going to say clothes on. It's a clothes on makeup for me. Foreplay. It's a foreplay.
Would you, if you go out and you see some fall Halloween stuff, does it not excite you? Because I do know it's your favorite season. No, spring is actually, but like I do know you love fall.
I do love fall. But you and we part ways about Halloween. It's just what it is.
It is.
Anyways, let's get back to summer and armpit sweat.
Okay.
It's very hot. I guess we are in the middle of it. There's been camp. There's been jobs. I have kids that are old enough to have jobs. And
who has a job?
Well, Luke has been working for a long time. He was I don't know if you know this about me. I had a job. As soon as I could get a job, as soon as I could get the work permit when you're 15 or whatever, because you have to get a special permit, I had a job. I was hostessing at Chin Chin on Salmon Sandy Boulevard.
No, you were not a hostess at Chin
Yes,
Chin.
I was. Yes, I was. I loved it so much.
Oh my God,
I loved it.
so
I wanted to
funny.
make my own money. I wanted the responsibility. I wanted all of that. So anyways, evidently that's in the genes there. And Luke got a job on a charter fishing boat, like on a day tripper, because he's the most passionate and most talented sport fisherman. So here we are, midsummer. We've got kids going to camp. Are yours is in camp?
Yes, they are in camp. And Hayden, we've had sort of like, not an argument, but there's been a lot of discussion because she's very frustrated with me this summer.
Oh.
She's 9 and she wants to go to sleepaway camp.
Oh.
And it's been a big topic of conversation because some of her friends are, her other friends are going from her school. And there's a lot that are not. And I've put her in normal day camps, the art camp, the drama, whatever it is, right? Yeah. And now she's off to this other camp in the hills and they do all the things. They do the archery and all the stuff, right? But she's like, I'm ready. I don't think she's ready. But I also know that I am not ready. And I'm not ready for so many reasons. And I think that I want to definitely get into it because there's a little discourse online about sleepaway camp. But I know that Josie went to sleepaway camp. Yes. I know because I talked to you on a very long drive.
Yes. I did. Very long drive to go get
You're
her.
like, I have 5 hours to talk. Usually we're like, we have 15 minutes. You're like, I have an entire day
to talk about my extraction plan for Josephine.
Yeah, can you tell us about the extraction?
Sleepaway camp. Well, okay. I mean, listen, I think we can go back and forth on this one. First question I have, let's get curious. Were you a sleepaway camp person? Did you go to one and did you enjoy it?
Okay, listen, I wanted to go to sleepaway camp so bad in America. I saw, because we are feeding on American media all the time, right?
To find your long lost twin sister, like in The Parent Trap.
Exactly. And I was going to find her. And that camp was Camp America. That's the only name of the camp that I ever knew in my life. And that they were going to send me to Camp America, and there'd be canoes and archery, and I'd be in like a little wood cabin and like making friends. And I wanted Americana. And my parents said, you know what? You do get to go to camp here in England.
Oh, great.
And it's going to be a Bible camp.
Oh.
And let me tell you, there were new canoes at that camp.
No.
There was no archery. I was waiting. No. I wanted the Parent Trap.
Yeah.
I did not
But instead
get
you got like,
the
maybe you
Parent
could build an ark.
It was like church. It was
tinkering.
like church for a week. You know, I thought I would be up in a tree.
Yeah.
You know, zip lining.
Right. But you weren't.
We weren't, but the zip lining, archery, canoeing camps, that's what Hayden wants to go to. Like that is, and so I understand that urge.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was the kid that always wanted to go to boarding school.
Yep.
I was all about sleeping away from home.
Mm-hmm.
She's not that kid though. And so that's where this is like it's just a little different, but then I don't know, but I know that Josie went.
Yes, I know. And it's just not a straight line for most. I think it is for some, but I just don't think it is for most.
Okay, so then my question back to you is, did you go to camp?
Yes, I did. And when I was younger, I did not like it.
Well, how young?
It's those tween years where you're like, you don't have your driver's license yet, you don't have real agency, and you can get a job when you're 15, but you can't get like a real job because again, you don't have a driver's license. So anyways, there was a summer where and I was always looking to do I wanted to do the mature thing. I wanted to like always be doing the thing that was like more adulty. And it was right around the time that I had really not wanted to be an actress because that seemed so predictable.
Cliche.
Yeah. Like my mom was an actress. I was in this family where, all of this film, and it was like, that would be just so predictable. And, I'm going to be different and unique and I'm going to go do other things. Anyways, I was feeling all that at the same time that I couldn't deny that I really, really loved telling stories. And I loved, performing, if you will, but it was more in the way of telling stories. And I thought, oh, fuck it. Like, I can't get a real job this summer. I'm old enough to not be homesick if I go away, and I'm going to look for like an arts program to go. And I had a friend that is similarly interested, although she was interested in music. And we decided to go to a 6-week-long program at a school and it was going to be all, music and theater and singing and everything else. And I had the time of my life because the campus was really nice. Like it almost felt like I was at college. Again, checking the box of I'm adult. And I went and it was like whatever it was what I thought it was. It was what I thought it could be. It was like I was in the movie Fame. Like we were dancing on tables at lunchtime and singing, and people were meeting up to, scene study and choreographed dances. And there were, it wasn't campy. It was more like college, I guess, but it was sleepaway camp. And I had the best time ever. And I learned so much. And I really did enjoy not having to get into a car and not having to go, far. And you had all your meals together and these were your ride or dies. And the craziest thing was my camp best friend that came out of that was named Jenny. And I lived in Los Angeles and she lived in Rye, New York, which was very exotic to me. And we stayed friends for so long. And followed each other through all sorts of different parts of life, and then kind of lost touch. And I was watching TV because everybody was saying that they really liked this show called Jane the Virgin. It was, I don't know when it was, but it was a while ago. And I'm watching it and I'm looking at the titles and I was like, Jenny? And Jenny Snyder Ehrman has become, and now we're in touch again, but she is like this huge producer and showrunner. She did Jane the Virgin. She does Matlock now. She's incredible. And she's still my best friend from camp, Jenny. And
oh my God, that's so cute.
Silly girls.
Wait, I do have a comment on this because I do think, okay, growing up, I did not do sports. I did theater. There is something, if you are a theater kid or you're wondering what it's like, that like, I know people make fun of it, but that like, we're in theater together and it's like you're all yummy with everybody. It's real.
I know.
It's real. I don't know what it is, that chemistry of like theater kids together doing it.
It's the vulnerability.
The
vulnerability is so bonding because you don't even have to
because you're performing in front of like what is that? Like we're all like so supportive. I mean, it really is
because you're cracking yourself open. You're cracking yourself open, and you're trying. You know, you're daring greatly. You have in your mind, even though you probably not really. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. So you just go for it. And when you go for it, if you make a mistake, chances are you're going to learn. And if you don't make a mistake, you are on top of the world. Like the feeling that you have when you, like for an athlete, I mean, I don't know, for a gymnast, it's like sticking the landing, or when you know you've done a scene, you know, that you've been working on in your class, and then you do it and you see the audience have the reaction that you wanted to have. Like there's no greater high. You're just like, you're electric. You just feel so incredible. And so I think that when you have that with a group of people, and you're doing it day in, day out, how could you not be very bonded?
Okay, I take it back. That would have been my favorite camp. Screw the canoes, screw the zip line.
Yeah.
Little Camilla would have loved theater camp.
Yeah. I know. It. I actually think Poppy would love theater camp. And
Poppy would love that. That's where she needs to go.
I think Josie
and
would
I feel
too.
Like she's the right age now.
Yeah.
Just a little, like, I do think that little bit older, like tweeny age that you're saying.
You're going to have to auntie Camilla this one. You're going to have to pull her aside and be like,
I'm going to, listen, I got pop star's cell phone number. I do think American camps, it's like, this is just my opinion. People are going to come at me in the comments. They're too long. You don't need a 6-week away from mom and dad camp.
Okay, but here's what I think is actually where you can discern what your path should be. And this is going to go back to Hayden. I think that anyone who goes to sleepaway camp, any child that goes to sleepaway camp, I believe that it actually has to start with that child wanting to go. And if your child wants to go, then I think you try it. And you don't pick the 7-week camp. You pick the 1-week sleepaway camp, the 2-week sleepaway camp. And I have so much respect for the ones that are like, yeah, I'll go and not even know anyone, right? But I also think it might be nice to go with a friend, you know, have a little camaraderie.
There is no way in hell Hayden's going without a friend. No.
Yeah, okay.
So she's not that kid.
So my point is, I think
but there are those kids, which is amazing. I was not that kid either.
If they want to go, I think that sleepaway camp actually, and it's expensive. I think that it's a gift. I genuinely think that it's a gift. If you want to go and your parents, you know, can afford to send you, I think it's a gift. It's not a gift that I want.
Okay, well, Josie wanted to go this summer.
She didn't want to go. She wanted to go. There was a lot of flip-flopping, and then she got really excited about it. And then, you know, notoriously the first week is, you know, laden with homesickness. And from what I hear from other people, you're just meant to push through that. And then the second week gets better. It was meant to be something, I don't know, 25.
Are you allowed to like write? See, this is what I don't like too. Like, I would love her to like be able to take a little Apple Watch or something. But they're like, no communication. We only send mail by pigeons. It's like, why?
Carrier
like, I would
pigeon
like to know that they're fine. I think it would help.
Oh, no, I don't think it does. I think I think it keeps that, it keeps that tethering to home. And I think when you're at camp, you kind of got to be, you can't go half camp. You got to go full camp.
You are, but I feel like you are full camp. Like if you had gotten to be able to call your mom every night, you might have enjoyed sleeping.
No,
more.
I think that when you're truly homesick, having the connection again actually makes the longing worse.
I don't know. I think I disagree. I think I would feel better if I was like, I just get to talk to her later tonight, so that you could, because sometimes you need the reassurance, right? And I would have needed my mom to be like, Camilla, you got this. Don't worry. There's nothing going on at home. It's super boring. See how you're, But
Yeah.
maybe that's also a kid to kid basis situation.
Yeah,
Right now,
I
when
don't know.
Hayden even goes for a sleepover, she needs to have a little nighttime call with me. Even if it's like, hey, it's going great. Gotta go.
Yeah.
It's like she still needs to give me a little call.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stick with my original sentiment. If your kid wants to go to camp, then I think they go to camp.
They go full
And
on.
then they're going to come back and say whether or not they liked it or not. And I know plenty of kids who you go for the first, little moment and they become hardcore campers and then they want to go every year and then they, end up staying the whole summer. And for a lot of parents, I think it's kind of a little bit bananas that, like, think about your school year. Like there's a place that the kids go all day long, and in the summer you just don't. Like, what are if your parents have jobs, what are you supposed to do? And I mean, I know what I did. I was like, I stayed in AC and I watched the soap operas with my grandma and ate Haagen-Dazs out of the carton. That's what I did with my summers.
By the way, dream.
It was
I'm
goals.
signing up for that.
Yeah,
camp.
exactly. Why would you try and pry me from that situation and send me to a
Camp
canoe
Grandma,
camp?
love that.
Camp Grandma was the best. Bold and the Beautiful.
Little Montel
Young and the
Williams.
Restless.
Little You Are the Father.
As the World Turns. All of it. And then we wrap up the evening with Wheel of Fortune. It was amazing.
Incredible.
I could not go outside all day long.
I'm not homesick at grandma's. This is not a. But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's you're fortunate to go to grandma's.
Yes.
I did not have grandma's to go to, and a lot of people do not have a grandma's to go to.
This is my
And
point. So camp becomes the thing that you go to. And if you love it, I say great. And if you don't, I don't know. I have to say, and Luke was bringing this up the other day because Luke was like, I don't remember you like giving me a big choice in this matter. It was like I was going to camp and it feels like Josie's got all these choices. Like typical.
Well, what was Josie's? What happened with Josie? So she went to camp and she was only able to communicate with the pigeon letters. And then what happened?
And and they also have it set up. It was a wonderful camp. They did the best they could. She was just homesick. She was homesick and she couldn't. And then it was a little bit like,
did you get a response that was like,
I miss you. I love you. I miss you. I want to come home. I'm so sorry because I know it was so heartbreaking because it was like, I know that, that you all put so much time and effort and money into this, but I'm just so very, very sad and very, very missing my family. And I just really don't want to be here anymore. So if you could get here in like, I'm about up 30 minutes, that would be great. I'll be standing by the front and I'll pack up my bunk and we'll be ready to go. It was totally a we ride at dawn moment. I mean, she was calling and she was, and I, you sort of like check in with yourself and you're like, listen, you have to let your kids be in tough stuff and look at them and be like, just like what you said your mom would say, like, you got this. You can do this. Right? I believe in you.
So
you
I have
can
a question
do this.
about this because I think probably there's a ton of people going through this summer. You get the first letter. The first letter is like, hey, great. Loved it. Been here an hour. I'm over it. Come and get me. Now, how many times do you let the letters that are like SOS, bat signal to the sky, like how many times are you?
Well, that was what was different about this camp than the others that Luke and Eve and Poppy went to, which was that they did not have the connectivity piece. They didn't have the app where you could this one was where, if there was a picture taken of her at camp, they did the facial recognition and the app, you'd get a notification like there's a new picture of Josie. And then we'd all sit around.
Was she pissed in every picture? Was she just looking at the camera?
Well, that was the funny part. We all looked at her and we were like, and she was doing her smile, but it was definitely her happy-ish.
Oh.
It was not happy. It was happy-ish. But then we were sort of like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. And then it just didn't. And I think that there was a little bit of she went with friends who were sort of having a similar experience of wanting to go home. And then it was a little bit like, then once they think it's
They went down like dominoes.
It did, because once they think it's possible, then you're hosed. And it's almost impossible as a parent to be like, I see your extreme sadness and homesickness and I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah.
Or I'm just going to say, no, I'm not picking you up. Or it was really, I have to say, it was really tough. I mean, it was tough, and it was just, it was tough. And then of course I got myself laughing because I was like, then it became, like, was I hang gliding in? Was I going to chop her in? Was I going to, it was going to be a full under the cover of night extraction.
Like a Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I was like,
How many days did she last?
8.
That's a long time to, I think if you're not feeling it by day 8, like it's extraction time. That seems really fair.
Yeah. And she's just a sweet, sweet, sweet human. And she actually really is very in touch with her feelings. And she was so happy. And she got in the car and I'm sitting in the front and we had like the full download and we're processing. And I did say to her, and I had said to her the whole time, I was like, listen, that's what I did. I did send her a letter that was the firm mom letter that was, listen, courage is being scared and doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So being scared is not the thing to worry about right now. Be scared. That's okay. Be scared. Find your courage. Do it anyway. And don't worry about the time or money or whatever. Like that's the adult's job. And we do things and we manage ourselves and we create opportunities. And then sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't. So don't worry about that. Like, check. Don't worry about us. Find your courage, and then do me a favor. Don't worry about getting through the next 3 weeks. Worry about think about getting through tomorrow. And like tomorrow, do something a little different. Spend a little time with someone else instead of that. Like try.
Yeah.
Because I think what you're trying to say to your kids is try. Like I don't, because I only care that you try. And the kids are put in all these different situations where, all day long, and it's hard. I think it's hard to be a kid, like all the negotiations and your brain developing at warp speed and everything else. And it's like, it's hard to be a kid, and it's hard to navigate so much, all at once and be so young. And so I just sort of invited her to understand that it was hard, to do it anyway, and then see how she felt. And also I think that the thing that is really important for me, that I hope that the kids know is like, you're given these opportunities, but our like love and care of you isn't actually focused on the outcome. Like if you get 1st or 10th, there'll be a different feeling that comes with those 2 placements, right? For you, but it won't be for me, like that's, you tried. So anyways, she tried and it wasn't her thing. And so we in the car, we talked a lot about that because I didn't want it to be, I didn't want her to walk away feeling like she failed.
Well, also,
because
if it had been just a week.
Yeah.
We
focused on like that's a success.
Totally.
Anyways, she got over it. Then we were like, listening to like, Up With People Rock and having a great old time. And then I hear her little voice in the back seat say, Mom, can you turn down the music for a second? And I said, yeah. And I turned down the music and I turned around and her little face, she is, oh my God, it'll make me cry. She's full weeping. And she looks at me and she says, I'm just so happy to be home.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, well, I'm really happy. I mean, because of course I missed her, but it wasn't about me. This was about her. So
I do have to say that like your home life and her home life with her sisters and her brother, like it is so yummy and cozy.
Yeah.
That it would be hard to leave. I understand why it'd be hard to leave that.
Yeah. And she's a family girl, she really loves, and she's the youngest. So she's the little caboose. She like, and she's always, she's definitely like the sort of like unassuming mayor. Like she just like, she knows everything because she's sitting there. I mean, absolutely. Like whenever anybody's like, "Where's the?" She's like, "Here it is," because she's sitting there watching and looking and listening, and she's like figuring out her how to slide in. And we're in a weird summer because the biggers are starting to like bigger and they want to go do other stuff, and it's not where she's at. And
so wait, when does like the urge to go to sleepaway camp like stop? Is Poppy like, no, I'm not going to sleepaway camp?
Poppy went to sleepaway camp one time in her life. It was the most miserable experience of her life, according to her. She hated every single second of it. She cried herself to sleep.
What's the Now I have to have the Poppy story. Eve too? Did Eve go?
Eve was like, Eve's Eve. It was like, was it my favorite? No. Was it my least favorite? No. Like Eve just is like, I got it done. I checked the box.
What was Poppy's story? Oh God.
Poppy went with Eve, and it was a camp in Maine. And by the way, I there's nowhere in Maine that's easy to get to. Have you ever tried to go to Maine?
No, but I want to. Like in my dreams, I'm in Maine for
because
the summer,
it's one of the most beautiful places
lobsters
on the planet. And I think probably the reason it remains one of the most beautiful places on the planet is because we haven't ruined it by a bunch of people going there, because it's nearly impossible to get to. Okay. You have to take like a plane to a bus to a ferry to a paddleboard to a canoe to a it's unbelievable.
Rollerblading.
Yes. It was COVID. It was like the girls were going to go off to camp. They were going to have a normal summer because it had been so not normal, and they went. And Poppy, like honestly, Poppy from the minute we got there was allergic to camp. Like she went to go put on the life preserver that you had to wear to go from the boys' camp where we dropped Luke off to the girls' camp, and it was over her shirt. And during the course of the 8-minute boat ride, her entire body like burst out in hives. And she was like smiling because she was so excited about this idea of camp, but at the same time, her body was like
a comedy movie,
alight. Like it had been lit up. I was on fire with hives. And I'm like, me, so I'm like, it's okay. We're gonna fix problems. We got this. I'm like, no big deal. There's a camp store. We're gonna get a new T-shirt. Must be your T-shirt that she's worn 95 times in her life and not
just
made
a
her
little break out. On our way.
Yeah, we're just gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So I'm still, and I know I'm about to leave her, which is gonna be hard. And so we take off anyways. It was the first day of 10 days, maybe 14 days that she did not like. So yeah. So but it was wild because we picked her up and she had all these amazing stories. And then the day after she got home, she was like, actually, everything I told you when you picked me up was just because I was so happy to be home. And I hated every single second of that. And I will never go back to sleepaway camp in my life. And we were like,
she was riding the high of being picked up. So she was like, we did this and this. And then it's overnight, it sunk in that she absolutely hated camp.
Or it was like Stockholm syndrome. Like maybe they just convinced her that it was great. But then once that wore off, the real story was there. And she was like, absolutely not. So maybe Josephine was like, my sister's not a sleepaway person. Maybe I'm not a sleepaway person. So anyways, all I know is sleepaway camp turned into.
It's not for the Capshaw kids.
These little Gavigans do not want to do that.
They don't want to do it.
Yeah, they're good. So what do you think about Hayden? I mean, does that inform anything for you?
I mean, I think that to be honest, I think she'll have a similar experience. I think that she really wants to go. I think she likes the idea of going and she's heard stories. I think the reality of it is going to be really tough for her. Both my kids are big homebodies too. They love being home. They love being cozy. They love like a movie night with the pot. They just love the family and the dogs and they miss it all, right? I find this such an interesting conversation because sleepovers, just sleeping over at a friend's house, which we all did when we were younger, has become such a polarizing topic of like, are you now letting your kids do it or not? And what I've seen online, which is like a little confusing to me, is that there's people that are like, absolutely, I do not let my kid have a sleepover, but I'll let them go to sleepaway camp. Like, I'm okay with that. My problem is actually the opposite. With families that I think that I really know and trust, I'm okay. But with sleepaway camp, that's where my like safety paranoia alert as a parent like goes off. There's so many kids there. There's counselors. How do they know everyone's safe? Like, what kind of background checks are they doing on these 5-year-olds? It's less whether she is having fun. It's whether like,
my God, you just brought out so much anxiety in me. Yes, all those things.
That's the part that like I stress about.
Yeah. It's so funny. Do you think that our parents ever thought about safety and sleepovers?
I don't think my parents thought about safety and sleepovers. My mom definitely thought about safety in that way, but it just didn't. I think the sleepover thing just didn't register, and I understand, but I find it interesting when I see people saying, and it seems like a lot of people are like, sleepovers absolutely fucking not, but sleepaway camp, like that's fine.
So interesting.
Yeah.
I remember when Luke started having sleepovers, I think I only did it once, but I remember asking like if there were weapons in the house.
That's not a weird thing.
Yeah.
I like to go in there like I'm the FBI, and I'm like, what do you have?
Do you do like a pre-visit?
I can sniff it out in the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like Hayden's showing up with a sleeping bag. I'm like casing the joint.
I just see you in like extreme oversized Ray-Bans and like arms crossed, just kind of strolling through the home.
Strolling through. If I could bring my own flashlight to do one of these.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I understand for your own safety to make that choice for your family. I get that.
Well, I guess, what do you all think?
But this is when I'm like, then this transfers to me to like sleepaway camp. Like, okay, there's like, am I trusting these, 18-year-old counselors?
I know.
With my kids? Like.
But then I'm like, there's danger everywhere. And if I go down that rabbit hole, then I'm not doing anything, and neither are any of my kids.
100%.
And I can't do that.
This is what I have to reckon with as a parent, because I'm like, I don't want to take away the potential of her having this incredible time at sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely choosy about sleepovers, and they've been fewer and far between. And I think it's different when you're like a teenager and you're like hanging out and you're 16 and you're going over at your friend's house. But I also don't want her to miss out on things because I've decided that I'm an investigator in Dateline and I need a case to join out.
Right. I know. I don't know.
I would
when you
love
start
to
pulling
hear.
at that,
I genuinely want to hear from everybody in the comments in this, because I think I need like a collective conversation on it, because I don't know what's up, what's down, what's right, what's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell if I'm paranoid or if like camp really is like, no, that is the safer way to like for kids to go have fun in a sleepover situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
and I think the very compelling part of sleepaway camp in this day and age is that it's screen free. It's that it's that you're you're going to have a chance to just be and have fun, and it's all baked in there on one campus. And so all of your opportunities for fun are relational and with real people, and that's really exciting to some kids. I just went on a roller coaster of anxiety with talking about all those different variables, and your Dateline really is showing through.
I know.
Your Dateline is like,
but like these are the things that I think about. I'm riding at dawn to case the fucking joint of the camp. Like,
well, here we are.
I mean,
this is us.
It's been a roller coaster, you guys. Listen, I'm letting people in on like my own parenting insecurities on this, and I don't want to prevent her from not having these experiences, and especially when she's telling me she's ready. I truly don't think she's ready, but I think next summer she could be ready, and I'm gonna have to like seriously just tequila my way through it.
No, you're gonna find a really great place,
and
you're gonna ask all the questions. And there are some really wonderful sleepaway camps, and you're gonna do your homework, and you're gonna be the great mom that you are, and you're gonna set her up for success, and then you're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
And then there might be some
maybe I need like a girls
trip
trip with you at the same time. I drop her off, and then like we head to like somewhere, and I'm with you, and you can unspiral me.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I remember, I'm sure I've talked about this with you before, but I remember maybe it was like 10 or 12 years ago, this book came out called How to Raise an Adult. And it rocked me because it really is, it's an incredible book, but it's really about, like, even though there are babies and there are little beings and there are children forever, we're raising them to be adults and to be on their own. And so there are all these just like threshold moments where they have an opportunity to test themselves and then be able to trust themselves more because they know they can do something that's hard and or separate. And that's wonderful. And that's what you really want, for them.
Yeah. I
yes,
love
we
it.
do have
I
to
need to
manage our
remember
own
that like
stuff.
this is part of like helping them fly from the nest. Talk to me about this next summer. Just remind me.
I know it.
Everyone, we want to hear from you guys. I actually really seriously, I need to hear from you guys. I need to hear from the collective. I want to hear your stories. I want to know how your kids are feeling when they come back. Are you guys having the same spiraling that I'm having when they leave, or the thoughts of them leaving?
Or by the way, hey, if we've got some campers out there, please tell us all the ways in which camp has made your life wonderful or horrible, positive, negative, and neutral. Give it to us.
100%.